Hey YouTube, what's up? So some of you may know that I eat one meal a day. I've been doing this now for 4 years. I started intermittent fasting July 15, 2017. I believe it was like August 20th I started eating one meal a day. It's been almost exactly 4 years. I'm still doing it. But for the most part, I've been eating just one meal a day even when I go on vacation. So what I want to do now is I want to do a 3-day fast. So I'm a little bit nervous. Today's Friday, and I'm gonna have my one meal today, but I'm not gonna eat again until Monday. I know a lot of people when I first started fasting said it's dangerous or not smart. My doctors told me the same thing, and she was blown away at my health results and how much weight I lost. And she still even said that she doesn't recommend eating one meal a day. So I mean, there's a really old school way of thinking, and when I started fasting 4 years ago, there wasn't really a lot of stuff on YouTube. That's why I started making videos on it. I'm really stoked now to see so many people doing intermittent fasting, and it's become more mainstream. And I think it's really changed my life, and I always try to share my experience with as many people as I can. I know it can help change people's lives. I weighed myself today. I was at 156.6. All right, today's the day. Starting weight 156.6. My wife took a couple pictures of me, and I want to see if any changes in my body. I've gained about I guess 6 pounds, which is a lot for me because I've been pretty steady at 150 for like 3 years. But since quarantine, I haven't even done yoga for over a year now. I used to do yoga every single day, or 5 days a week. But the yoga studio closed down. I only hit the gym now 2 to 3 times a week. I still mountain bike twice a week, which is good. So the main reasons that I want to do this 3-day fast is for health reasons. I've gained weight, so I want to lose it. 2 is mental. The mental clarity that you get from fasting is just on another level. One of the biggest benefits why I do one meal a day is autophagy, which is basically like the regeneration of your cells. Good cells eat your bad cells and then regenerate. I talked a little bit about autophagy on my videos like 3 or 4 years ago, and people thought I was crazy. But now it's good to see that it's a little bit more mainstream. My whole life I've been dieting up and down, the extreme stuff. I was a wrestler in high school. I would lose 16 pounds overnight to make weight when I put my mind to something I could do it. So I've never had problems like doing a diet and losing weight. The biggest issue has always been keeping the weight off. Your body is like a machine. It's going to regulate itself. So when you start dieting and cutting calories, you're going to lose weight initially, but once your body knows that you are only consuming X amount of calories, then it's going to slow itself down. That's why people will then eventually lose weight, plateau, and gain the weight back up. I don't count calories. I'm not on a specific diet. I eat majority vegetables, but I still eat meat. No lactose, no carbs, no gluten. But pretty much I eat a lot of vegetables. That's my thing. I feel like a lot of the weight I gained over this past year due to my eating habits. Before, when we were open 6 days a week, I ate the restaurant 6 days a week. It was very easy and consistent. Ate a big ass salad and a big bowl of pho every day. Now that we're with COVID, we're just so understaffed. We're only open 4 days a week. So the other 3 days, I eat pretty bad. 2 of those days, I mountain bike with the homies, and we normally go and grab something to eat after a ride. Most of the time, a pizza joint. Third benefit with this fasting is going to be spiritually. I haven't put God as my #1 priority, and I kind of want to go back to that. I'm going to be fasting with 2 really good friends of mine. Right now it is 11 o'clock. We're about to open. I gotta hit the gym really fast. I'm gonna work out today. I'll do as many reps as I can with 1 plate, and then I'll see how many reps I can do with 2 plates. I'll do it again on Saturday. I'll also do it again on Sunday. I want to see if I feel any weaker, is what most people will assume. I don't think I'll be any weaker. We'll see. But I think the biggest challenge for me, why am I extending this till Mondays? I mountain bike on Mondays, and I'm a little nervous about that, but I want to see if it's going to affect my pedaling. Wish me luck. All right, it's my favorite time of the day. It's when I eat my one meal a day. This is going to be my last meal all the way till Sunday. So what I'm having is a big ass salad. I pretty much eat this every day. So I got green leaf lettuce, got kale in there, got red onions, cherry tomatoes, broccoli, some daikon, avocado, I'm gonna kill it right now. And then after I'm done eating this, I'm gonna have a big bowl of pho. Alright, so this is the second part of my meal is a big bowl of pho. I don't eat carbs, so I don't have noodles in here. I replace the noodles with sliced cabbage. We actually offer this in the restaurant as well. This is filet mignon, red onions, green onions, cilantro, and our homemade beef broth. So my last meal until Monday, a lot of food. I'm definitely full. I want to make sure I had enough, as much nutrients as I possibly can. So after every meal, I'm gonna have some kombucha. I actually make my own kombucha and bottle it myself. So if you don't know, kombucha is really good for you. It's good for the gut. All right, so I'm with Vicky and Marie. They're doing the fasting with me, and there was miscommunication, and they started last night, right?
Yes.
How are you guys feeling?
Hungry.
Hungry? Yeah, it's rough. I remember when I first started fasting 4 years ago, it was torture at the restaurant. The worst thing, it's so hard to fast while you are working in a restaurant. All you do is smell food all day.
No,
Is it harder here?
I want to eat right now.
Yeah, you want to eat right now? But the first day is gonna be tough. I've never done 3 days, so. And Marie's done 40 days before. They're shy. They're my god sisters. We're gonna try to grind it out for the next 3 days and keep you posted. Hey YouTube, what's up? So today's day 2. It is Saturday. Today I woke up, I felt pretty good. I weighed myself this morning. I was at 154.6. I'm just a little bit nervous today because I'll be around food all day. I'm gonna try not to drink green tea today. I know that you could drink green tea or black coffee, no cream, no sugar. That will not break your fast. However, I'm just gonna try to see if I can go today without any caffeine. Here are 3. Thank you. All right, this is really cool. So this is Jules and this is Sarah. They're both mountain bikers. They were here about 3 months ago. Jules was asking me about fasting, and I explained to him about intermittent fasting. I encouraged him to just do 2 meals a day, because sometimes a lot of people want to start off with 1 meal a day and it's too hard to end up quitting. But he did 2 meals a day.
I started like 175, something like that. Now I'm down to like 145.
Yeah, I just bought that shirt for him. That's actually small.
Yeah.
I used to buy him the large. That's fitting.
Yep, he's in a size small now.
Yeah.
Feels great, like way more energy, right?
Oh yeah.
So I love seeing that. So if you've lost weight from fasting, just please comment. And it encourages me to keep going, encourages other people to try it out. It's 3 o'clock right now. I'm going to the gym. This is the time that I normally eat, and I just couldn't sit in the restaurant all day. It's been torture, just smelling the food. But I'm gonna go to the gym, work out, get my mind off food, eating. I'm gonna just see if I feel any weaker or anything. That I'm positive that I'm not gonna feel any weaker. I really don't even think I'll be weaker after 3 days, but I'm gonna go to the gym every day and just to see. Okay, so check this day 2, and this is what Vicky's been watching. She's been watching like dessert ice cream. How are you doing, Vicky?
I'm hungry.
Hungry. How you doing, Marie?
I'm okay.
Yeah. It's been rough today, but we're gonna get through it.
There you
right?
go.
We're gonna get through it.
It's good. Going
Yeah.
with 3 people. It's
Yeah,
good.
definitely. Buddy system is better.
Yeah.
Hey YouTube, what's up? Today is day 3. It is Sunday. I feel good today. I woke up kind of early. Couldn't sleep in. I woke up about 6 o'clock. I feel good. I weighed myself, and this morning I was at 151.4. Yesterday was really rough for me at the restaurant all day. Every time I smelled food or brought food out to the table, obviously I know it's my ghrelin hormone. Ghrelin is the hormone in your body that tells you you're hungry. So it was definitely on overdrive yesterday. A lot of people think that when you start to feel hungry that it's going to get worse and worse and worse over time, and it doesn't do that. Like, it will go away. Just grind it out, get your mind off things. I had to go to the gym yesterday. So today, all I had was apple cider vinegar. I haven't drank any green tea yet, and I plan not to. I'll just see if I can make this whole fast without any caffeine whatsoever. This journey is, about losing the 5 or 6 pounds that I gained over the last year and a half of quarantine, not having the yoga studio or the gym was open. But a lot of it's my own, spiritual journey, and that's why Vicky and Marie's doing it with me. Just to give you a little bit background, my parents are from Vietnam. They left Vietnam with absolutely nothing, and they came to America with my older brother, who was a baby at the time. My parents were sponsored by a Mormon family, and that's how they came to Utah, and that's where I was born. We grew up extremely poor. I had to deal with a lot of racism. When I was 8 years old, my dad was diagnosed with leukemia, which is cancer. The doctor told my dad that he had like 2 years to live. My dad couldn't work. We moved to California and moved in with my grandparents' house in Santa Barbara. My grandma was very religious and put us into CCD, which is like a religious school. I went to school to get my first communion. I remember like going to church with my dad, and it was hard for me to understand what a prayer was. So the best way that he could explain it to me was that a prayer is like a wish. And he also told me that my first prayer, or my first wish after my first communion, would be a special one and it would come true. So I would remember that. I always knew that on my first communion, that I would pray for my dad to be cured from leukemia. Eventually, we left Santa Barbara and then we moved to Orange County, like a really ghetto apartment. We grew up in the slums. The mattress that me and my brother shared was a mattress that my dad grabbed from the trash area of the apartment building. I remember going to CCD, and it was a 3-year course. Every night I'd pray to God to keep my dad alive until my first communion. That's all I asked for. Throughout those next 3 years, my dad's health, declined, and he was in and out of the hospital. My mom spent most of her days in the hospital. We kind of raised ourselves. I did my own homework, cooked my own dinners, made my own breakfast, walked myself to school, and then that's just the way life was. It was just pretty much me and my brother. My sister would be with my mom and dad all the time at the hospital. I remember as we got close to my first communion, my dad's health went down really bad. Right after my 12th birthday, I went to visit my dad. He was doing really bad at this time, and he made me promise that I would take care of my mom. About a week later was the night before my first communion. I was like so excited because, I remember that night I prayed, thanking God, keeping my dad alive. And I was like, could not wait for my first communion the next day. And then unfortunately, the phone rang that night. It was probably like 2 or 3 in the morning. I remember waking me up, and it was the hospital. And I knew that my dad had passed that night. I think that moment, I just gave up on God. I gave up on religion. So I got into a lot of trouble. Like after that, I basically had no faith in God. I became a very dark person, got in a ton of fights. I was constantly suspended from school. I was hanging out with the older gangbangers in the neighborhood. By the time I was 14, we were, carrying guns. When I was 15, I was involved in a gang-related shooting. I went to juvenile hall, and then eventually went to the youth authority, where I spent 5 years. I grew up in there, and the first couple years, I got in a lot of fights. I was still a knucklehead. While I was in there, I mended my relationship with my mom. After my dad passed away, my mom was taking the bus to go to college to get a degree. We were on welfare. It was really tough. And my mom eventually landed a job as a teacher's aide. I just felt horrible what I put her through. When I was, in juvenile hall, she visited me every single visit. During visiting, we had to sit on a bench, and all the parents sat on one side of the bench, and the inmates sat on the other side of the bench. And so we were forced to talk to each other face to face. It was probably the best thing that's happened for a relationship. And I also had Bible studies in there. I went to Catholic Bible studies, Protestant Bible studies, and really changed my life. I realized God is good, and He didn't take my dad away to punish me. So after spending 5 years in Y, I was paroled. I got out. I knew that I would never go back in again. Getting out was really hard for me. There was a time when I worked 3 jobs. I was working at Levitt's, Ballet's, and Gallup. And it was tough. I had to help my mom with rent. My brother at the time was locked up again. I had to pay for his attorney. It was rough times, but, I got through it. I got my shit together, working for a bank, and just hustled. I was their top producer. I was recruited to work for a broker, and I became their top producer. I think at the age of 24, I opened up my own mortgage company. I bought my first house at 25 years old. Did really well for myself. I have a beautiful family. I got a beautiful wife, beautiful son and daughter. I think for me, a lot of times there's a lot of people that have a lot of excuses. I grew up extremely poor, came from nothing, like dirt poor welfare, eating from food banks. But I made something out of my life due to my hard work. And I feel like if I could succeed in life, anybody can succeed. So the same thing with fasting. I own a restaurant. Like probably the hardest way to fast is fasting when you work inside of a restaurant surrounded by food that you love. And so if I can do that, so can you. Hunger is temporary. Do something to keep your mind busy. You'll get over it. So if you are thinking about fasting, I definitely suggest doing it to try it out and hopefully change your life. Problems with my weight my entire life. I've been on every single diet and nothing's ever worked for me except for fasting. So I'm gonna have a long day today at the restaurant, but wish me luck today.
There you go.
Damn. Bunch of everything. Hey YouTube, what's up? It is Sunday, day 3. It's like 3 o'clock. It's my eating time, and I just had to get out of the restaurant. I felt great this morning, but just being in there, being around all the food, it just got to me. I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna hit the weights, and I want to see if I got any weaker. All right, so I just worked out. I feel weaker, kind of get lightheaded, even walking up and down the stairs. I did, I think, 25 reps with 135. I did 7 reps on 185, and I didn't even attempt 225 because I was without a spot. I was just afraid it's gonna drop on me. I feel really tired, like I need to take a nap. That's the best way to explain it. It's always good to have support from your family. This is my daughter. She's watching ice cream videos. This is my wife. And she's eating ice cream right now. That's so wrong. So wrong. So wrong. Pour some salt in my water. I can kind of feel it going into my system as soon as I started drinking it. So if you get tired and weak, add salt to your water. It should help you out. All right, we closed, cleaned up. Kind of lightheaded a little bit. I packed all my food for tomorrow. I got half cabbage, some beef broth. I got my basil, onions, cilantro, green onions. And I got my oxtail that I pulled this morning, which I'm home now. It was a pretty rough day. I felt very, very weak and tired. So I'm a little bit nervous about tomorrow. If I wake up and I still feel like this, there's no way I'm gonna ride. Hey YouTube, what's up? So it's the last day, it's Monday. I really slept in today. I really needed that sleep. I've never slept in like that for years. I drank tons of water, but right now I'm gonna go on a ride. I'm gonna take the electrolytes that Marie gave me yesterday. All right, YouTube, what's up? This is my last day of the fast. My last meal was Friday afternoon, and right now it's Monday morning. So this journey was about losing the 5 or 6 pounds of weight I gained from COVID. But a lot of this journey was my spiritual growth. And Marie and Vicky did the fast with me, and I can't even explain how much I appreciate that. I love them so much. So the crazy thing is, today I weighed myself and I was exactly at 150.0. It just blew my mind. Like, this whole thing is crazy because I just wanted to see if I can get back down to 150, and it was exactly at 150. My body's been surviving off of my fat, but more importantly, autophagy has really kicked in for me. Probably the one thing that I'm really surprised at is that I didn't even drink any caffeine whatsoever. I just wanted to do this fast on just water. I'm pretty proud of myself that I was able to do all 3 days without caffeine. This fast has really helped me grow mentally, physically, and spiritually. I'm really stoked. There was definitely some dark times, and I think like the hardest part is in front of me today. All right, I did it. I'm so stoked. You have no idea. I honestly last night was thinking about canceling this thing, but I just wouldn't let myself quit. So this morning it didn't feel good, and I thought I could only probably do 1 trail. I'm really stoked. I got 3 trails in. It is 1:30 right now. I'll get home around 2. I plan to eat probably around 3 or 4. That's when I normally eat. So I gotta kill some time. I'll probably just take a shower, do some editing, and then I'm gonna grub. My wife was just asking me which all you could eat did I want to go to, Korean barbecue or shabu shabu or all you could eat sushi, something like that. And that was the original plan, but just being in the restaurant the last couple days and just smelling the pho and just being around all that food is like I'm craving pho so bad. Bone broth is probably the best thing to break a fast with. Pho is basically bone broth, but tastes 1,000 times better. Right now, I feel so good. I feel way better than I felt even the first day. And I'm just happy that it's done and over with. I put my mind to it, and I fucking did it. So I'm so happy. Thanks to everybody who had positive comments on Instagram when I said I was doing this. I really appreciate it. And please, anybody that's out there that's thinking about fasting and doing it, or have tried intermittent fasting and it's been successful, please share your experience, put in the comment section, because that really helps other people push themselves to do it, and it really motivates me to keep doing what I'm doing. So please do that. Appreciate it. All right, it is 4:10. I had my last meal on Friday at 4 o'clock. I had to wait till 4 o'clock today. It's been torture. I've been sitting around like for the last 2 hours doing some editing. All right, this is the beef broth. Now I'm gonna cut up some cabbage. Oh yeah. All right, so here's the bowl of cabbage in there, green onions, red onions, cilantro, and I got some of the oxtail in there, and some filet mignon. I'm just gonna taste the broth. Oh, dude. Ah, so good. I killed the first bowl, so here's the second bowl, and the pot is empty. And my daughter is making me some dessert. What are you making me?
Sorbet.
Sorbet. Raspberry. The other one was blueberries?
Blueberries, blackberries.
Time for my dessert. It's raspberry and blackberries and blueberries sorbet.